You can save thousands of dollars on a vehicle because of bad aesthetics, or you can lose thousands of dollars because you didn't properly inspect a vehicle. And that's what this video and video series is all about. You're gonna wanna like and follow, hit the bell notification, because we're gonna be showing you how we bought this filthy Porsche 911 that looked like it was finished. Here, this is afterwards, but to get here, we just had to get an incredible buying price because this thing was torn up, it was dirty, the lights in the front were yellow, the seats were torn, it wasn't washed, the inside, instead of being black, was mostly gray and brown, and we have fixed this thing up. So follow along for the series, because you can either save thousands and then make thousands just because you fix a vehicle up with us, or you can really enjoy a classic vehicle for cheap. Here with the Porsche 911, this is the best Porsche you can buy for the money because it costs 3 to 4 times less. You just have to check out the whole IMS bearing issue and a few other things. You'll want to check out the long form videos that we have on this. But for now, we're actually going to be doing something really simple that can really help change the look of the Porsche. But I want to make sure none of you made the mistake I made. Some vehicles will allow you to pop the center cap off with a screwdriver, but that's only if there's an indent in the wheel for it. Here, I'll actually damage the mag if I do that. And this is actually kind of an old classic mag that people ask way too much money for when it comes to finding a clean set on the internet. So we've actually bought new caps because these were either missing, and you'll actually accidentally pop out your cap. So here's the trick to getting these without losing your little crest. So a lot of vehicles, you know, whether it's a Ford, a GM, a Dodge, a Ram product, Jeep, Mercedes, Audi, BMW, a lot of them are gonna have a little crest in the middle that if you're not careful, you'll lose that crest. So I've had to buy the whole center cap, one with a different color, just to be a little different. And because, well, it was less expensive. But if you do try to pop them out, there's actually holes right here. And if you don't stick in the pin far enough, you'll actually lose your crest. So you'll separate your crest. You can always re-glue it, but as you can see, I have missing crests on some, really banged up crests on others. Now, so that you don't lose it, here's the trick. Don't use the screwdriver and damage your mag. Porsche has actually made it that there's little holes in the crest. So you actually pop this in, and you want to go in far enough. And I'll show you what I mean. Because if you only go in slightly, you're just going to pop the crest out of place. So I already broke one. So I like breaking things, so you don't have to. So that's what I'm here for. I'm Johnny from Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. Let me break my stuff so that you save money, and I'll pay the bill on my own end. But I've damaged one of the crests, and that's okay, because guess what? I was missing crests on some of them. So you just want to go in all the way in. And once you're all the way in, you just need to kind of work it a little bit. Pop a little bit out top, pop a little bit, and slowly work it out. Once you've wiggled it around, give it a good pop. So I'd just ask, if you want to help out the channel, we'd really appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, because we have more pertinent, long form content on the Porsche 911. We bought this thing, we're working to fix it up because we bought this thing and it looked like the paint was finished. Surprisingly, with a nice little compound, which you have to be careful. If you do too much of a compound, you go right through the clear coat and either remove the clear coat or maybe even remove the paint. It actually happened. I wanted to get this professionally compounded. I've done my own compound on the Toyota MR2, but I wanted this professionally compounded. And even with a professional, they went through in a few spots. So we're actually doing touch-ups now because, well, when you've got a classic vehicle, ideally you want to keep your original paint. It's important for the value of the vehicle. So follow along, because we're either going to be flipping this and making thousands of dollars, or making it perfect and keeping it in the garage for the next 10 years. But I think what I'd really like to do is flip this, invest in myself, flip it, make money, several $1,000s, and buy another one, and eventually keep one 911 Porsche. But for now, these are a steal of a deal. You want to pick one of these up, but you want to make sure that the IMS bearing isn't finished. Yeah, I've got a video talking about that. because this has the handling of all the other wonderful Porsches. It's water cooled, so you don't overheat when you're stuck in traffic, so you've got that advantage. And it actually has stability control, so it's easy to drive and a joy to drive. So this is the first generation, the 996, starting in 1999. That's the first generation that you can drive one of these without really having to worry about completely losing control in a corner and totaling the vehicle. You've got technology helping you to keep it on the road. So follow along, Johnny's. So here we have a little before and after of just doing a simple change, like changing these caps or changing a shifter knob. Little minor aesthetic things will drive buyers away and will keep you from flipping a vehicle and making thousands of dollars. Now, of course, something that could cost you thousands of dollars is, well, repairs. You need to research your model, find out what the common issues with that model are. But of course, there are some overall general things you need to do when you're investigating a potential buy. Don't go in thinking I'm buying this vehicle because of the price. You need to investigate it. So let's get right to that right now. Let's cover the general points you need to verify when you are going to potentially buy a vehicle. You're going to want to take your vehicle out for a test drive and make sure it's not overheating. Once you have driven it around for about 20 minutes, check out, does the engine fan turn on back here? If not, it's probably going to be running too hot and you want to check that out. Check for any metallic noises, clanging noises. You don't want any banging or mechanic noises. Check your oil, make sure it's the right color. It's got kind of a creamy look to it. It's got radiator fluid mixing in with it, and that can be catastrophic. I do like in the front here, we can hear the fan running well. So those coolers, you can hear the fan running heavy on the right side, not running at all on the left side. So maybe we need, something's going on with the intercooler on the left side. No, I can hear it, it's on. So you want to check that all out. Make sure you don't have any major mechanical issues with the vehicle. Make sure it hasn't ever overheated. Now, one way to see if it's ever overheated is to check out, connect this to a scan tool, an engine scan tool. Check out all the codes, and the Porsche 911s will tell you if they've been overheated, over revved. Check the color of the exhaust. See here, exhaust absolutely clear. If it was blue, you got issues with the pistons. If it was black, then you're burning oil. Gray, still not a fan of. You want to see clear exhaust. So here are some important inspection points. Then when you take it out for the test drive, of course, check to make sure, feel the steering wheel. Take the vehicle left and right. And if there's loose in the steering wheel, you want to be checking out those tie rods. Check the clutch out. Take it for a drive. You shouldn't, when you push in the clutch, you should have an engagement zone that's not completely to the floor. Should be actually more towards about a quarter to halfway out. Because, well, changing the clutch on one of these would be expensive. And generally expensive on all vehicles, but especially if it's a Porsche. Now, I've made sure that this needle never goes beyond that point, so that seems to be its standard running range, but you want to go check online to see what it should be running at, because I'll let you know, maybe I do have a fan for one of the intercoolers up front that needs to be changed. So something to watch out for on these Porsche 911s, 1999 to 2005, you've got first right there. You've got reverse right there, so beware of the double click, because you don't need to press, you can't press down, you can't lift up, there's no pin underneath, it's just over to the left, I'm in reverse. So you got to watch out for that, folks. That's a tip and trick right there.